Thank you very, very much for coming along and listening to my talk today. As introduced, I'm Lindsay Owler. I'm Director and CEO of Argonaut Resources NL, stock exchange code ARE. Argonaut has about 1.5 billion shares on issue on the ASX. We're priced at about 2 cents at the moment. The market capitalisation is down in the last couple of weeks, unfortunately, to about 31 million, and we have about 5.3 million cash in the bank. So we have Patrick Elliott, our chairman, myself, Andrew Bursell and Malcolm Richmond rounding out our board, depth of experience in exploration, mining and finance, company secretary, public company management. Our main focuses in Argonaut are in copper and secondarily in cobalt. Our principal focus is on our Torrens project in South Australia. Secondary focus is on our Lumwana West copper cobalt project in northwestern Zambia, just near the DRC border. And we also have a oxide gold project near the Higginsville plant in the eastern goldfields of Western Australia. In order to introduce our Torrens project, I'm just going to show a short video which will hopefully set the scene for what I'll say shortly after. Thank you. So the Torrens project sits, as the video just pointed out, underneath the salt crust of Lake Torrens in central South Australia, nearby to Olympic Dam and Carrapateena. It's prominent in that it's in a real geological hotspot. It's in the area of Australia's most significant copper endowment. By far and away its most significant. The anomaly that we're chasing is frankly huge. It has a lot of components to it. There are a lot of different parts to this anomaly in terms of targeting them for copper exploration, and we know from very limited existing drilling that we have one of these iron oxide copper gold IOCG systems. To give you an idea of the scale, that is the footprint of the Torrens Bouguer gravity anomaly superimposed on the Sydney metropolitan area. You can see Chatswood at the top, Bondi Beach over there in the east, and Mascot in the south. It's fair to say that within that huge geographical area, there could be many, many deposits hidden. It's not a one-trick pony. We have divided these anomalies up into categories according to their geophysical and hence geological properties, and we have 28 different areas that can be targeted reasonably and prospectively for drilling. We will prioritise these areas and have prioritised these areas for our upcoming drilling program. I won't dwell on the technical side of the project, but what's important to note is that we're not just drilling a red blob on a geophysical map. We do have, over that large area, 6 historic holes, 3 drilled by Western Mining at the same time that they were looking for Olympic Dam in the mid-70s, and 3 drilled by our joint venture in 2007. And in one of those 2007 holes, we spliffed the edge of this deposit, which sits under 450 metres of sedimentary cover. So drilling through to that area is a significant undertaking in the mineral sphere. But we have hit the mineralisation that we're looking for. We know it exists in there. Now we have to hit it in quantity. So to summarise the technical side of it, we're in the right place. We're in the right domain with the right copper endowment. The anomaly is huge. The anomaly itself is far bigger than the Olympic Dam anomaly, and we've got confirmed mineralisation. All these lead to the scenario which investors, particularly in commodities like copper, should be looking for, which is definitive discoveries, higher likelihood of discoveries. There's nothing worse than ambiguous results that trick along and don't turn into a commercial proposition. Torrens is in joint venture between Argonaut and Aeris Resources. The joint venture is in the pro rata phase, with both companies carrying their proportion of the costs. Both companies have raised their money for the major drilling program that's about to commence out there. For quite a number of years, Torrens was essentially an access play. There have been many, many years of frustrations in getting access to this area. The last 2 years has been very productive and fruitful for us. In March 2017, after never having native title authority to commence exploration in this area, we gained that, and in November 2017, a very complicated operational plan was approved by the South Australian Minister for Mines and the Minister for Environment, and in February this year we were given an Aboriginal Heritage approval, which allows us to conclusively get on with this program. So there are no further approvals needed to commence drilling. The drilling program that we're looking to undertake is a huge undertaking. It's going to be the largest drilling program since Western Mining discovered Olympic Dam in the mid-70s. We're looking at 25 to 30 very deep diamond drill holes from the crust of the Salt Lake, and we're looking at that drilling commencing before the end of the calendar year 2018. Additionally, Argonaut Resources holds 100% in its own right the 2 best closest equivalent geophysical targets in the Olympic domain, that being the Murdy anomaly on Lake Torrens and the West Lake Torrens anomaly just to the northeast of the Carrapateena mine. So in one package we have the primary targets and the secondary targets, the neurology, everything wrapped up in one. We do have a second project. Our secondary project is copper and cobalt in Zambia. The Nyungu deposit, located in the Lumwana West area, sits between First Quantum's Sentinel copper mine and Barrick's Lumwana copper mine, nearby to Kansanshi, which is the largest copper mine in Africa at 400,000 tonnes per annum production. We hold that project 90%. We have had a successful time drilling the Nyungu deposit, which is both copper and cobalt. We are up to the stage where we have about 750,000 tonnes of contained copper and about 20,000 tonnes of contained cobalt in a geologically well-constrained area. The stripping ratio of those deposits is exceptionally low. 1.5 tonnes of waste to 1 tonne of ore for the main pit down to 250 metres depth is exceptionally good, and we have a program of metallurgical test work which is getting underway to demonstrate a process flow sheet for that project. Basically, to summarise, I'm out of time. Argonaut capped at $31 million. We have 2 fantastic copper projects in the company. You've heard from several people today that copper is the commodity to be in. Obviously, we agree, but we're not putting necessarily a specific slide up on that. We have torrens with multiple drill targets, a high likelihood of discovery, and huge upside potential for Argonaut in the event of discovery. Thank you very much for your attention today, people.